What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In last episode, I tore apart the motor, took it out of the car. In this episode, I plan on cleaning the engine bay, pressure washing it. I plan on pressure washing this setup here, getting ready for storage, at least the motor. I got to take off the parts and the transmission, mirror it to that motor. Also want to clean that motor because it's filthy and figure out what other parts I need. Stay tuned. Alright, as you see, I pushed the car outside. Further investigation, you can see it's really filthy. All the friggin' dirt and grime. I want to wrap up the exhaust so no water gets in here. I want to put a cover on this since this did not come with one. I have to find one. Covering everything up should be fine. I think we're good on that. I also want to get all this crap out of the battery tray. All those freaking leaves and pine, whatever. Just pressure wash all this crap up, just get it cleaned up. So not that bad down there. Some leaves down there. So what I'm going to do is I'll probably get the blowgun, blow it all out first, get all the heavy crap out of there, then soak it with some degreaser stuff, then pressure wash it out. That took a lot longer than expected. I think you had this thing parked in like the Amazon rainforest or some junk because there's so much leaves, so much junk in there. It's unbelievable. So now I'm finally I got my bags. I'm gonna curl up the exhaust and some other little junk, and then finally pressure wash this thing. Alright, so I managed to pressure wash the engine bay. She's looking pretty good. I blew it out a little bit, get some of the water out of the electronics. She does look really good. When I was blowing it out, I did manage to find a socket. So it's always great when you're doing work on cars, you find a socket, and this is actually a 13mm 1/4 inch drive, so that will come in handy. But now I'm going to push this bad boy back in the garage, and then let that drip dry for a little bit, and as that's drip drying, do some motor work. idiot. All right, so obviously had a little too much weight on the one end, so the lift started going over. I was trying to actually keep this bar and hold up the motor so the lift doesn't seep down, because it seeps down. So I tried to hold it up, and I guess the weight from the motor and all that stuff tilted it over. It was funny because I actually just looked back at the footage and I just seen it slowly going, and all of a sudden like, doink. You know, all I can do is just laugh. But it is what it is, you know, crap happens. Looks like it just cracked oil pan. Granted, I have another one over here that I'm using, and hopefully I see transmission fluid on the ground. I'm pretty sure that's from the sensor I took out yesterday, just dripping out of there. So I'm gonna reposition this bad boy, figure some other junk out, and it is what it is, you know, crap happens, you know. What the freak can you do? As long as nobody got hurt, it's all that matters. So let's get her back on the lift and get her cleaned up. Okay, so I found a better alternative. I think this will work. What do you guys think? You think that'd be fine? I hope so. Let's keep our fingers crossed and let's watch the bad boy now. Alright, this setup worked a lot better. I got some gangsterness set up over here. I shouldn't really have that crap underneath the oil pan, but it's cracked already, so whatever, I guess. So while it's up in the air here, I was thinking about dismantling the transmission from the motor, so then I can set this motor off to the side. Alright, so I got the motor all cleaned up. She's looking pretty good. I also got the transmission dismantled off the motor and get the other motor ready so I can clean that, then set those two up, stage them, so then I could take the parts from the old motor, put it on the new motor, then marry the transmission and all the junk back in to put it in there. Alright, I just went and threw the motor inside here for now. She's a little sketchy on those 4x, but she's pretty sturdy on there, so I can still take all the parts off, throw in that one. Now I got to take the chain off this guy, throw it in this guy here, and I'm going to use this machine. Alright, got motor number 2 and my little gangster wash bay over here. I just gotta prep it up for a cleaning. I gotta cover up the intake manifold and put the spark plugs back into the holes over here, and then clean up because she's one dirty motor. Alright, so now I got the motors all cleaned up. Now I gotta take all the parts like AC compressor, power steering, alternator, all the junk from this motor, and throw it on this motor. fan's gonna be painted in the neck. I might just get a new fan. Since the JDM motor has no EGR, and the USDM obviously has the EGR here, so I'm gonna eliminate all that junk. I gotta swap over to headers. So it's gonna eliminate the EGR, O2 sensor, and then since I'm not friggin' swapping over to manifolds or whatever, and I'm just gonna make a little block off plate for that guy there, and then should be an EGR deleted motor. Alright, so I got the headers off. They actually weren't that bad to take off. Look at the difference between a non-EGR header and actually the exhaust layout. Holy moly, to the freaking USDM header. Oh man, look at that crack in there. Exhaust layout. So actually it's a totally different exhaust system, which is kind of expected, you know, it's freaking JDM to USDM. But yeah, actually look at these cracks. I wanted to reuse these headers because they look pretty nice and clean and look like they're coated and stuff, but got a couple cracks in them, so obviously I'm not using them anyway because I'm doing that EGR delete, and now, you know, just a setup. Yeah, hold on a sec here. So these to the downpipe are totally different. So I'm gonna take these bad boys and you know, probably just run some sandpaper over it, put some exhaust paint on there, header paint or whatever, just to clean them up a little bit so they don't look too ratty in there, and then toss them back in there. Then I gotta do the block off plate on the bottom of the manifold. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, the follow build, and until then, we'll see you in the next video very soon. Peace. Loving cars.